Alright, well, it's standing up. I might have to bring out my my 3-piece aluminum stakes. So we're gonna keep an eye on this today while we're doing stuff around the house that I gotta do and see what happens. And then tonight we're gonna come out and stay in it. So I will see you guys if something happens or when we come out here for the evening. Just got this squirrel at like 20 yards with the crossbow. So we all want to know what's wrong with me, right? Right. I just want to talk about some EDC today. My fire went out last night. All right, camping on the plains. So there's my house on the hill. Let's do a quick spin around here. See, we're gonna be right out in the middle of my front yard. And the winds are blowing right in my face from this direction. So that's where the back of the shelter is gonna face. Pulling on my weather because I wanna show you guys what kind of conditions we're setting up in. Right now I don't have that much wind. I'm behind a brush pile to kind of block the wind so that the audio is not completely screwed. On the Weather Channel app, can you guys see this? 20 to 30 mile an hour winds for the AM. For the evening, 15 to 20 mile with gusts over 40 and 27 degrees. So we have to do this video in 2 parts. I'm gonna set the shelter up while it's still early in the morning. It's only 10 o'clock right now. 10:11. We're gonna set the shelter up through the highest wind period of the day until we get into the evening time. And we're gonna do this in 2 parts because I gotta set the shelter up. My wife has to go to work, so I have to go in and do the dad thing until she comes home, and then we're gonna come back out in the evening for the rest of the camp. Oh, this is gonna get fun. Getting lucky with the wind so far. So once we get that far, we're going to stand the hiking staff up right in the center. freak out right now because it's blowing good. And we had a fail. Well, it's standing up. I might have to bring out my my 3-piece aluminum stakes. So we're gonna keep an eye on this today while we're doing stuff around the house that I gotta do, and see what happens. And then tonight we're gonna come out and stay in it. So I will see you guys if something happens, or when we come out here for the evening. Didn't even last 5 minutes after I got in the house. So let's go see if we can stake this down with the aluminum ones. We're gonna run a couple batteries out in clips and see if we can film most of this shelter standing up to the wind through the day. It's the quarantine diaries, and we're camping in the yard. Everybody's camping in their yards, so why not HalfPace Outdoors? We're gonna start this episode off with a nice big pink strawberry milkshake, and I know somebody out there is gonna get this. Can the camera even pick up the pink? Can it see the pink in that? She kicked me out of the house and locked the doors, but she gave me a milkshake. We're gonna crawl under this thing and get set up for the evening. See you guys on the inside. So we're doing this very minimal gear because if I freeze out here, it's not like I can't go break in through a window. But that being said, we're going to test ourselves a little bit too. my heavy duty emergency sleeping, or my heavy duty emergency blanket. I have my Rhino Tough sleep pad. I know the wind is making a lot of noise on the tarp, but I'm not feeling it in here too much at all. I know it's dark in here, guys, but I mean, we're under a tarp. It's getting later in the evening. I got a problem for when it gets, I got the solution for when it gets dark, so. All right, and the last part of the sleep system is my wool blanket. It's supposed to get down to like 27 degrees tonight, so we'll find out if we're gonna be okay. I think we'll be okay. But again, this is something that I've never really tried. So we're gonna do it close to the house, and if there's an emergency, we can save our own ass by going inside. I did bring my cooksa. This is the stuff to do some pinole. My coffee. Folgers black silk, for anybody who wants to know that. I brought my little brainstorming journal down here. My first aid kit and a couple pencils. That was the bag for my sleep pad. A leather glove. My headlamp. Brought it down here and we're not even going to use it, but my Eversaw. If we get so hungry that the pinole isn't enough, I brought a blueberry muffin. Cast iron skillet. And because we're going to do something really dumb, we're going to try to cook something under here. So I have my cook cup. Wow, listen to that wind. That's crazy, huh? My water bottle, my med kit, and then I brought my Uberleben and my flint and steel kit, and a spoon. So that's it. Pretty minimal gear. But I mean, we're right out in my front yard, so here we go. And as always, I had to bring the whiskey. Just don't ever yell for sandwiches on a live stream. Okay, so one of the ultimate tests, if anybody knows, it is super hard to flick a lighter in windy conditions. So, let's wait a second until the wind picks up. As of now, we can have our lighter lit. You see that, right? Yeah, you see that. What about down here at the floor? It's still lit. Still lit at the floor. Like there's air movement. You can feel the air movement in here, but it's not like it's very breezy, if that makes any sense. I ate dinner before I came out here, so let's do some of the pinole, because the way I have it is a little bit sweeter. So pinole is, from what I have read and understand, pinole is an ancient Mexican and southwestern Native American recipe that was basically toasted cornmeal, and they would add honey or agave nectar or fruit syrups, or they would even add mashed up fruit to the mix. And it's supposed to be very high in calories, which, if you guys follow me, you know that I have to have a very high calorie count throughout the day. So let's let the super truck go by. So a very high calorie count is important to me because of the way I live. I'm a very active person, and with my spinal cord injury, I just burn up calories all day long. So this is something that we have been playing with and trying to get right. It's taken me a little while, I'll admit, because the cornmeal goes from toasted to burnt real fast, and then it just tastes like burnt ground up popcorn. So as always, I recommend that you do not do anything that I do. That is a very loud neighbor's dog, huh? Okay. So, these are like a mammoth chubby block, if anybody knows what my chubby blocks are. It's like a simulated fat wood. But, yeah, these I left big on purpose because I wanted to try this. We're going to go ahead and burn this one up, but just in case, I want to have another one ready. Oh, almost had it. There it goes. Oh, I know you guys can hear that wind blowing now. Okay, I tell you what, we're actually going to go ahead and put one of these little fat wood sticks on here. Try to help things along a little bit. I never claimed to always have good ideas. so you guys know, I'm sitting here like propping the door open so the smoke doesn't build up too bad in here. Okay, so I've definitely had worse ideas than trying to cook with a wooden block under a fully enclosed tarp shelter. It was pretty smoky in here for a while. Maybe the alcohol would have done better, cooking with alcohol instead. Our water's at least hot now. And what I'm going to be using in my pinole, now I already toasted the cornmeal in the house and added my cinnamon to it. So all I got to add to it now is my little bit of honey that is super cold, so it's taking forever. And we're going to add some blackberries and blueberries to it. And the idea here is something of a, I probably put way too much water in here, but you can drink it too. So almost like a Native American type of oatmeal. Oh man, even after being in the freezer for so long, these berries got a lot of taste to them still. It's like really watery grits. Although I could have added less water. Alright guys, well, it's about 9:30, so I'm going to get myself tucked up underneath it here and hope that I'm gonna stay warm enough all night. If not, I guess I'll have to go push a window open. My wife's supposed to come down, wake me up about 6 o'clock in the morning. She's got to go to work and I got to be in there with the kid. So, if I make it to the morning, then I will see you guys in the morning. If I start getting too cold, then I will see you when I head inside. So, let's hope that we make it until the morning, right? Why else do we do these than to watch people torture themselves? But we love doing it. We love doing it. It's like 11:30 and I can't sleep, guys. I'm warm enough. I'm definitely warm enough. It's just, this is so loud when the wind is beating on it that it's waking me up. Oh, this is going to be a rough night. Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? So, yeah, there was no morning shots because I ended up coming in last night. I woke up with a serious migraine, and instead of suffering it out in the front yard, I came inside. So, yeah. Other than that, up until I woke up, I was perfectly warm in that setup, but I don't think that it got down to 27 degrees like it was supposed to. I don't think it got below freezing last night, to be honest. So, yeah, I was warm with just the wool blanket and that heavy duty emergency blanket. It was a good little setup. I'm having a hard time keeping my head up today. So, yeah, other than that, the tarp did awesome. I mean, it took, I think I set it up at like 11:30 in the morning, and I took it down at around 10 today. So, we got a little bit of rain last night. It took 15 to 25 mile an hour winds all day long with 40 mile an hour bursts. And it was even windy, howling on the house the rest of the night because I didn't sleep much when I came inside either. So yeah, that Chill Gorilla Superfly just took an absolute. I think that's probably one of the hardest torture tests I've ever seen somebody give a tarp. So, the tarp and that shelter was a really good combination, especially for beating wind off. I mean, I showed the Bic lighter, so you could light a lighter underneath of the tarp if you had to. Although I don't suggest cooking under it. That was a dumb idea. Maybe use alcohol next time. That'd probably be better. Or, just would craft up a little T-post. Prop that opening open a little bit more. Instead of having to hold it, that would have been a good idea too. So yeah, it was still, for testing the tarp, it was a successful video. So let's focus on that point. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off here and go do what I gotta do for the rest of the day. We gotta deal with this, so yeah. Alright. Trying to be real isn't always pretty. So, I'm Zach from HalfPace Outdoors, guys. Remember, find your way. I'll see you on the next one.